Ladies and gentlemen, what a market. Wow. I'm frozen in my chair in shock. Well, I don't know if I'm completely shocked per se, but wow. Okay, so here's the happy face. This is the mark we want to get to. We are very close. We're not that, we're about 3K away. Pretty wild. Okay, let me just get right into this, all right? What do we need to watch for? And when is the bottom? I don't know when the bottom is, but there are some marks, there are some places that it may hit bottom. But here's the thing. Here, let me tell you something important right now. The clock right now is 21:39. This is UTC. This is how it's calculated. And I don't know what UTC is. Let's see what UTC is. Basically, okay, it's coordinated universal time. I wonder if this is Greenwich. Is it Greenwich? Yeah, UTC it is. Yeah, so it's in London. Like it's the spot in London. I've been there. There's a line on the ground where it shows the spot. Bitcoin needs to close above $40,000 in the next 2 hours and 20 minutes. Is that right? I think it's 2 hours and 20 minutes. Yes. In the next 2 hours and 20 minutes, Bitcoin needs to close above 40K with this blue line right here. If it does not, and it needs to be above that, if it does not, then we are closing below what the bull market support band bounce was. And you know what that means? We're in bearish territory. I mean, if it already wasn't an indicator here, we are in serious bearish territory. This is the beginning of the proverbial end. Well, it's not really, of course, it's not the end. I mean, I'm scaring people. No, nobody's watching, so I'm only scaring myself, and I'm not even scared. What this actually means is we're on our way to 30K, which I don't think is a bad thing at all. I'd love to get to 30K. 30K is a place where I'd start dumping cash in. Just dumping it. I'd sell this MacBook and my iPhone that I'm using to stream, record that. I'd sell everything to start getting in at 30K. 30K is a nice number. I'd love to get into 30K. Now you see that we hit a little bit of support here at 37. But I don't think it's gonna hold. Right? I don't think it's gonna hold. I think we're gonna keep going down. And what you see once we pass 37, the next point is maybe 36, and then after that it's about 34-ish. Maybe the top here, and not surprisingly, it's where that happy face is, right? These tops here, and then we'll sink down further, and that's where we get into the Holy Land around 30K, and 30K is probably the bottom of the bottom, right? It might just be a wick down there because if we hit 30K, I expect a bounce, but we shall see. Because it is also possible that we go below 30K. There's more support here at 28, and there's a wick here, and this doesn't look very strong at 27. And below that, I mean, there is not very much, right? It's 24. We have quite a bit at 20. Right? There's something at 20. There's definitely things holding us. Actually, there's a lot at 20. At 20, there's a lot because that was our previous, like, this was 2017. I think in 2017 we went up to 20. Is that what it was? We had a peak. Oh, here it is. Yeah, in 2017, we hit a peak at 20K. So that might be the final stop before we make this giant leap up. And remember, the lower we go, the better it is. I know it's the short-term pain is pretty wild, but this is also why we dollar cost average because it's not that painful, right? I mean, if I'm going to show you the chart, it's quite funny to watch. But it's the lower we go, the more likely it is that we have this gigantic spike, the size of this spike that goes up. And that's great news. It's wonderful news. And that's what we want to see. So let's see how this plays out here, right? Let's see if we keep going down, and I suspect we will. I mean, we're pretending to hold, but trust me, this isn't gonna hold. I mean, I think we're just like I think we're just about below this. I mean, we're gonna slip below, possibly even on this video, and we're basically already at what we were in May, right? This is where we kind of started off. We started off in the 37 region, and we ended up 7K lower, basically. But we're already in this region, so like, welcome to the Holy Land, ladies and gentlemen. So we do have some support here. There's some lines. There's some important things here. Like we tried to keep up. These were not held. These were not like super duper, right? So like maybe we'll see something stronger here in these regions, but I doubt it. I think we're going down. We're not that far down. I mean, we're not that far away from the bottom. Let's just check in with Ethereum. Wow, look at this. What a crash. 2642. We were purchasing at like 3400. Wild. Okay, just absolutely wild. I don't do analysis here. I don't really know the chart well. Like it's really Bitcoin where it's at, right? Like I can track Bitcoin quite well and everything else follows and tracks Bitcoin. So I don't see any purpose for really understanding the ETH charts, though I'm familiar, right? Like I would love, absolutely love to purchase at 1700. Right? I mean 1800, I'll be happy with 1800. I'm not going to be complaining. But like 1700, god damn, that would be sweet, right? We'll see if we get there. There's some support here at 22, not very far away. Um, but we'll see. Like the support and whatnot means much less here on these charts than it does on a Bitcoin chart. Also, interestingly, it is entirely possible that we do make it up to 40. I know, as wild as it is, and it's unlikely. I'll tell you, it's unlikely, but entirely possible that we do make it back up. But very unlikely. We don't have very much time. We have, an hour and 2 hours and 15 minutes. We'll see. Um, Check this out today. About 10 minutes ago, I've dropped in my ETH, got about 0.35. Now, it wasn't 10 minutes ago, it was a little, I think it was 30 minutes ago. I got 0.5 ETH. That's the most I've ever gotten for $1,000. And this is funny. Like, we're at 84,829, 84,29, and we have $10,000 total in the market. And we're down $1,500. It's really funny. You can just see this chart. The last couple days it doesn't even look like, where did the money come in? I don't know. It's not even clear. There's 1,000 there. That was supposed to take us to 9, took us up to 82, and then we went down pretty bad. And here we are at 84, and you can see we're already dipping. We're already dipping. So just let it fall apart. We're down 15% basically since yesterday. I don't know if this is 15% overall or not, but probably. Oh, that makes sense. It is 15% overall since the beginning of the DCA. We're down 15%. We have total 3 ETH. Yeah, just a bloodbath, right? Just a bloodbath. I don't have a whole lot to say, though. I'll tell you this. What's likely to happen, and we are aware that all of this stuff is extremely, we are so associated with things like the S&P 500, which is also dumping today. And did you guys see Netflix, by the way? Netflix. I don't know if you saw it, but oh my God, dude, Netflix took a dump, like a massive dump. Like the earnings calls came out, and it was, by the way, this is like a massive chart of, that's a massive amount of volume. That might be a reversal. We don't know though. Netflix took a massive dump, like a huge dump, because the earnings came out and they were like, "Yo, listen, we just didn't have enough. We didn't get new subscribers because the market's really competitive right now." Understandably, I have a Disney Plus. My sister has a Netflix, and my other sister has a Crave account, and that's how we do it, right? Like the three of us don't have one, so we all share it, and that's great. But like, it just took a huge dump. Like its high was like 700, right? It was 700 back in November, and now it's almost half of that at 500. It is just wild. Just lost so much. But you know, that's because these things, these are like tradable assets, right? Um, they're tradable assets. Let's just see what Apple's doing. Also crashing. Everything is falling apart. And the reason this is falling apart, and let me make this extremely clear, the reason this is falling apart is Jay Powell, right? Because what this guy did was he said we're going to raise. Okay, high inflation is a severe threat to U.S. jobs. Jay Powell, yes, yes. So what does this mean? Jay Powell says Fed is prepared to raise interest rates to tame inflation. Great. So what does this mean? If you raise interest rates, it is harder then to take loans, right? It's harder to take loans. It's harder to buy houses. It's harder to buy assets. And that is not good for public markets. Like things like Apple. Let's see what Tesla is. Tesla should be taking a dump as well. Let's see. Yeah, massive dump. Okay, not huge. I mean, it's still around the thousands, but yeah, totally. Right? It's coming down. So this, like, especially for companies like Tesla that operate on a lot of debt, like this is not very good news. Like this is like where things like really really fall apart. Um, you know, yeah. I just so if he and let me lay out the timeline for you how this is gonna happen. If Jay Powell continues to freak people out with this thing, the markets are going to completely AMC. Let's see. What was that AMC? Yeah, it is. Um, oh yeah, total trash. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Um, the market's going to continue to crash. Now, what is going to happen is, oh, GME. I'm not into, okay, Baba. Let's see. What is going to happen is Jay Powell says, listen, bro, we're going to increase. Now, he has not yet increased rates. He's just said that he's going to increase rates, right? He's concerned about inflation and all the things associated. So he increased rates, and that is a dampening on the economy, and that will allow for inflation to start reducing, right? Because debt will be taken out less, cash will, so on and so forth, less printing, so on and so forth. Issue is this all happens, like all this dumping happens. What is likely to happen though is maybe in a week from now, Jay Powell's gonna say after sees this dumping, because he definitely sees the dumping, right? And he can't have the whole economy crash. He's gonna say, "Sorry, bro, I didn't mean that. That was a temporary thing. I didn't mean to be so mean. Um, this is wild. This is actually wild because we put $1,000 completely disappeared. I know I'm jumping around, but our $1,000 completely disappeared on the 20th, which was yesterday. We put $1,000, and then we dipped massively. Then we put another $1,000 today, and we're just below what we had yesterday. So $1,000 completely vanished, basically. Unbelievable. Double top. So what Jay Paul's gonna do? This is what he's gonna do. He's seeing the market crash and he's tripping out, right? He's completely tripping out. Then what he's gonna do is he's going to take a step back. He's going to announce, okay, listen, we're going to take it easy. We're not going to increase rates just yet. We're just, give us some time. Let us think about it kind of vibe, right? We're not ready or something along those lines. We'll monitor the situation, something along those lines. And that is going to tame the market. And then we will see a rise. Everything will go up really fast. This is what I suspect is going to happen. So keep your eyes plugged on this thing, glued on this thing, especially Bitcoin. We're still going down. We're not, yeah, we're still going down. I mean, there's a little bit of a wick below, I think, but, we're going down. I don't think this is a quick over thing. We are going to keep going down until Jay Powell opens his mouth and says, hey, listen, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be so harsh. I didn't think it was going to hurt. Can we take a step back? And yes, we're going to take a step back. And then you'll see the markets recover massively. And it'll be okay. But it's certainly not happening today. And I suspect this weekend is going to be a massive dump for Bitcoin. Right? A massive dump. And I don't know what the international markets are doing, but I suspect the international markets are also doing something similar. I would not be surprised. So let's see. What is... I can't even think of a... This is, like Dutch. I don't even know. Okay, well, you know what? I don't know what the international banks. Sir Bank of Russia. Let's see what they're doing. Crashing, but they have other issues, right? The Bank of Russia has other issues, and this is irrelevant. I don't think that matters. Let's see what Uber is. I've always enjoyed Uber. I think Uber is a great company. I think they do good. They really solve real problems. I feel like, but yeah, they're down. I'd be interested in buying some Uber at some point soon. Definitely. But yeah, this is what I think is going to happen. I think he's gonna say something. He's gonna open his mouth and appease the people, and then the people are going to be appeased, and then later on at some point, he's going to raise these rates and we are going to dump even further, is what I suspect. So this whole thing, because he's going to have to raise rates no matter what. He doesn't have a choice, right? They printed too much money. The inflation is too high. And he's right. The inflation is going to absolutely like whack these people. Let's see that article again. It's going to absolutely whack. It's going to be bad for the prepared to rise. Yeah. Severe. Yeah. U.S. job recovery. Exactly. It's going to. Pledges. Great. But he's going to take a step back, I think, verbally. Before he actually does it. He's going to do it, but he's going to verbally take a step back, I think, before. Right. So I think this is what's going to happen. We'll have to wait and see what actually happens, but okay. We're not gonna do that paid thing. But yeah, what a beautiful day, right? The charts, it's all crashing, and let's let it crash, right? We want to see it crash. It makes it all more affordable for us. I hope you're DCAing with me. I think that's important. Do not DCA. Some other interesting things. I think the cost of mining a Bitcoin, and I've been looking around researching, the cost of mining Bitcoin is like between $20,000 and $22,000. If we get down there, God forbid, if we do, and I hope we don't, but if we do, and I really, if we do, the problem is it's like a patience game, because can you be patient enough to get down there? And then the big question of what if you never get down there, right? This was an issue down here. We all thought we were going to get down to 20, but we never did, and we bounced up. Huge rally would have been missed if you completely missed out on this, right? Around 20 to 22,000 is what it costs to mine a Bitcoin, right? That's the cost. So if we get down there, Bitcoin miners will stop mining. That will make things crash further, right? How far we go, I don't know. But that's something to keep in mind. We are, headed towards some interesting things. And I know Jay Powell can save us. But, if we hit some of these important numbers, there is no Jay Powell to save us, right? Like if the miners stop mining, or let's not forget about Russia, right? If Russia makes a wild move into Ukraine, Jay Powell can say whatever he wants, but the S&P 500 is going down the hill, right? We're rolling down the hill. And if the S&P 500 is rolling downhill, guess what? BTC is also rolling down a hill. So let's watch. Let's continue to DCA, I think. Right? Let's continue the DCA process and see how this all pans out. Interesting nonetheless. At least it's not a boring Friday, right? How exciting. Now, was this a Friday as well? I wish it would say the day down there as well, December 4th. Because on the weekends, we tend to dump. And I suspect we're going to dump heavily today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that was the weekend. Yeah, I can't have it. I'm going to find an indicator that'll just show me the weekends only. But I think that's all I have to say today. Continue watching. Right, our key numbers are not relevant at the moment. Like we don't have anything too relevant. We're kind of hitting some resistance. We're below the support that we were just at. Actually, we were just here. I remember we were on this video at the beginning of this, like I don't know how many minutes ago, not very long ago, when we were right here. Now we're below it, so we can count that out now. Now we can watch some of these levels, and so we're at the top here of this. Let's see if we hold here, and I doubt this is going to give us very much, right? This was not anything very significant, nor was any of this. And I think now we're heading towards, something more reasonable down here. But I'll tell you this, I'm going to be keeping my eyes completely peeled and watching this all day long. There's no stopping this. This is absolutely bonkers. Like if I start seeing a bounce, I'm going to be very interested. Like we can go down to the 4-hour. And it's pretty much the same story, right? We're seeing red on red. There's some green, but basically red on red. So I don't know if this story is very helpful to us. Something like this would be actually nice. I wouldn't mind this at all. And it seems like what we have, the beginnings of it, right? Like, just get down here. Just go. Why are we lollygagging? Just go. And so we can get our great deals and then bounce. Anyways, that is it for the stream. If you like what you see, if you like my voice, or you like the background, or you like my hair, whatever it is, like this video, comment below and tell me what you like or hate. I don't mind that either. And please subscribe. Please subscribe. There are no subscribers. It's just me talking to the camera, and I don't mind it. But I'd like to talk to someone. I'd like somebody to be listening to this. Right? I'd love to hit 100,000 by, say, 2023 this time. That'd be wonderful. 100,000 of us watching and listening and really vibing with what's happening would be wonderful. But let's see. Let's get there. Aside from that, talk to you guys soon. Today's dollar cost average, we're at $10,000, but really we're only at $8,210, so we're more than $1,500. We're going to be $2,000 under soon. Not very far away. We're going to be down there soon. Let's make it happen. See you guys soon. Is there any way? Okay, I'll look at this later. Have a wonderful day, guys. Happy weekend. I'll see you guys tomorrow.